Karyn Bryant for M. Mahita. I'm here with actor Billy Baldwin, and you're a big-time star. What brings you out to a United for Wrestling event?
Well, I've been a lifelong, enthusiast and patron of the sport. I wrestled when I was a kid in junior high and high school and college. Small Division III program that was pretty good. I was nothing special.
I was just going to ask. That's my next question: is how good were you?
Yeah, I was decent high school wrestler. I was probably around a 500 college wrestler, but it was Division III, and again, we were good. We had a kid that was a 3-time All-American, one weight class below me, and a national champion that was one weight class above me. So my job was to basically, make them sweat in practices.
Right. Very nice.
Get them a good workout. I've been, involved with the sport of wrestling on a very, in a very meaningful way for a long time now, more NCAA than international wrestling. But now that the IOC has made this decision to consider eliminating wrestling from the Olympic Games, I've stepped up my involvement. I'm on the CAPOW committee, the Committee to Preserve Olympic Wrestling, and we're working very, very diligently behind the scenes, not taking anything for granted. No more complacency, pedal to the metal. We're going to make this sport bigger, better. We're going to reform it, make it better for television, make it better for our audiences, and make this sexier, not only for the IOC, but also for all the Cs, the IOC, NBC, ABC, CBS, all of them.
Absolutely. Well, that's the thing, when you're actually in the building watching it, it's very exciting. But why do you think it is that there's been the difficulty translating that excitement in the room onto the screen?
I think that one of the problems is, our marketing and branding. From a marketing and branding perspective, I think maybe the sport has struggled, because look at how popular World Wrestling Federation is, and look at how popular MMA is, And I think that we have to do a better job. And ironically, I think this shot over the bow from the IOC, this slap to the face, and I don't mean that as an insult. I mean it more like a wake-up call. Maybe we may look back at this 5-10 years from now as the greatest thing that ever happened to us, the moment we've been waiting for, because we've galvanized all of this this sweeping tide of emotion and passion for the sport, even for people. I mean, when Yahoo News announced that they were recommending that they eliminate it, within 4 hours there was 7,500 comments on that article, and the vast overwhelming majority of them were, I never wrestled, I never set foot on a mat, I never went to a wrestling match in my entire life. But what the hell could these people possibly be thinking? And when you peel away the layers of the onion here, you get behind the scenes into what the planets aligned. It was like a perfect storm for how it all came together and led to this decision. But quite honestly, I think we needed more imaginative leadership. We had the governing body, FILA, that represents wrestling, to the IOC. I think a lot of the blame lies at their feet. I think if the IOC had the leadership at FILA that they have been looking for the last decade, they would not have recommended. We wouldn't be in this position that we're in now. I think they made a mistake in recommending that they drop wrestling. I think they're scratching their heads right now, and they're kicking themselves, and they're saying, "What the heck did we do?" But I think they got so exasperated and so frustrated with the hubris and the ego of some of the leadership at FILA that they weren't left with no other choice. They should not have dropped the sport. They should have cleaned house at FILA and brought in the right people to lead this sport into the future. And that's what we've been doing since February.
I do want to know, because people talk about how wrestling, how the discipline of the sport translates into other areas of their life. You're a successful actor. How has it made a foundation for you and what you do in your career?
I talk about it all the time. It's not the only sport, but when it comes to the depth that mental toughness, work ethic, discipline, how deeply those values are instilled in you as an athlete, it exists in other sports, but not to the level that it does in wrestling. And it transcends wrestling. In my role as a husband, in my role as a father, in the pursuits of my career in the shark-infested waters of Hollywood, it's served me very well in my 20s, my 30s, my 40s, and now beyond. I mean, that's what's great. You talk to any wrestler, Dan Gable's famous line is once you've wrestled, everything else is easy, and that's kind of what we're talking about. It's kind of true.
Well, very nice. Well, thanks for talking with us today. Enjoy the event, and best of luck to you in the future.
Thank you.